All right, after you have created your login.gov username and password, then you go ahead and get logged in. It's going to send you a 6-digit code to your cell phone number that you have registered through the FMCSA portal and to validate and be able to get into the clearinghouse. So I just did that, and for security purposes, I didn't show it on the screen. But this is the first screen that you see immediately when you log in to the portal. Now, I haven't done this before, so we will do this together and see how it works. Okay, so thank you. You're now logged into your login.gov account. Follow the steps below to complete your clearinghouse registration. So the first thing we're going to do is to go ahead and select the role. Because we are a motor carrier and a driver, then let's go ahead and it will only let me do one. So it says to complete your clearinghouse, you will need your CDL information. Are you a self-employed driver? If you employ yourself as a CDL driver, you should register in the clearinghouse as an employer. When asked, you should indicate in your registration that you are an owner-operator. That is, an employer that employs himself or herself as a CDL driver, typically a single driver operation. Once you register as an employer, you will have the option to add your CDL information. So if you are an owner operator, you are not a driver. For owner operators that have drivers and just need to register a driver or a motor carrier that's a driver, then you would go here. If you are an owner operator and you are the sole driver, you go to employer. Go ahead and hit next. And do you wants to know to select your role? Do you already have an FMCSA portal account? Yes, I do. And we already set that up in part 1. So we should be good to go. We're going to go ahead now and re-enter the credentials from the FMCSA portal. If you try to go to the clearinghouse without doing part 1, if you try to register the clearinghouse without doing part 1, this screen will not come up. It's going to tell you that you have to go to the portal to register there first. So it pulls up the contact information, which I have blocked off here, the phone number and the email address, and an alternate email for the owner operator. So we're just going to confirm this information is being pulled from the FMCSA portal. I'm going to go ahead and say yes, that is correct, and hit next. And then questions about your company information. Again, the information has been pulled from the US DOT registration system and cannot be updated in the clearinghouse. If the information needs to be updated, you need to update your registration in the portal. Okay, so in the FMCSA portal, because it's pulling the data from the FMCSA portal, not from the clearinghouse. So here's the company information again, and the DOT number with the company email and the physical address, which again, I am removing for security purposes. And this is where it asks you if you're an owner operator. If you're an owner operator, you must inform FMCSA that you are one. This means that as an employer, you employ yourself as a CDL driver. This is typically a single driver operation. This is the case with all of our owner operators that are part of our consortium that are the only driver. So you say, yes, I am the owner operator. Now, this is the place where you have to designate Vertical Identity as your third-party administrator. So go ahead and start typing Vertical Identity. Here we are. Go ahead and select us. And then you need to authorize us as your third-party administrator to perform the following functions on your behalf. Now, vertical identity will be reporting violations, return to duty information, and also conducting queries on your behalf. Go ahead and hit next. Here's the terms and conditions. You can go ahead and affirm and agree. And you are complete. You are now registered as an owner-operator in the FMCSA Clearinghouse, and you have designated Vertical Identity as your third-party administrator to be able to administer your program. You can go view your dashboard. If you have an assistant, such as your wife or another assistant that will need to have access to the clearinghouse, you can designate them here and invite them to the clearinghouse. And then you will also need to purchase a query plan. Now, the query plan means that anytime that you're going to hire a driver or on yourself, you will need to pull a query from the clearinghouse to make sure that they have no drug and alcohol testing violations. This starts January 6, 2020. And then not only will you have to perform this check before one of your drivers starts driving the motor carrier, if you have any employees, you must also do it on yourself, and you must also perform the query annually. Therefore, if you're an owner operator, go ahead and buy between 1 and 10 of them and just leave them in there. And that way, as your consortium, we can go ahead and run those queries with you. The consortium will not be able to buy these for you. You are only, right now, the FMCSA is only allowing the motor carriers to purchase these plans for you. That is it. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to us. Here's the link to the clearinghouse, clearinghouse.fmcsa.dot.gov. You can go ahead and subscribe to the clearinghouse to get email updates. It also has frequently asked questions, and you can go ahead and download the clearinghouse fact sheet according to the role that you play. So if you're a driver, employer, TPA, SAP, or MRO. And then if you have any questions about this process, please feel free to reach out to us at consortium@verticalidentity.com. Thank you so much for watching, and good luck.